Well, hello again, everyone. Welcome to the Sports Corner. Welcome to Art Regner's video blog for FoxSportsDetroit.com. And today we're going to be talking about Anibal Sanchez, who's signing with the Detroit Tigers a 5-year deal worth reportedly $80 million. It's certainly a lot of money, and as of yesterday, it appeared that Sanchez was going to the Chicago Cubs for a 5-year, $75 million deal. But from what we understand, Sanchez's camp came back to the Tigers and offered them a right to match, or had a bit of a bidding war, because we understand the Cubs went as high as $77 million. But if Mike Ilitch wants a player, I would say at this point 10 out of 10 times he gets his man. So Sanchez here in Detroit for the next 5 years. Now, for those of you that thinks it's too much money, let me give you a little hint. One thing that I've done over my career is that I don't get caught up in what a player is making. I really don't, because if you really think about it, and if you're really rational about it, all these guys are paid too much money. But it's entertainment. It's kind of a fantasy world, so more power to you. If Anibal Sanchez can get $80 million, way to go, Sanchez. So what does this mean for the Tigers? I think it's a good move. I really do. First of all, there's no salary cap in baseball. Justin Verlander might be the happiest guy on the planet next to Sanchez with this deal, because he will get a new deal with Detroit. They will sign him long term, and he will get a deal well over $200 million. So don't worry about Verlander or him thinking, oh my gosh, Sanchez making as much money or a little more than me. That's not really going to happen. But if you look at the Tigers' rotation now, it could be one of the best in baseball if they stay healthy. I mean, you have, of course, Verlander, who's a horse. He's not going anywhere. Max Scherzer, Doug Fister the Fist, whom I love, and Sanchez, and I believe Drew Smyly will be the fifth starter on this team. However, if you look at it, this was a good move from a standpoint of Doug Fister, although the Fist is great, was hurt a lot last year, so Sanchez could move up a notch. And then Max Scherzer, hopefully he learned from last season and has a consistent rhythm, pitching rhythm down, because he's always a move or two away from disaster. So I like the move. Not that I'm not counting on Fister to get hurt or anything, nor am I counting on Scherzer not to find or continue in the groove that he was last season. But this is a nice acquisition. It gives the Tigers insurance just in case Fister gets hurt, and also if Scherzer gets wild, can't find the plate, or is the up and down Max that he has been for a while. I do believe what the Tigers may try to do now, and I think the impact on this is more of an impact on Rick Porcello than anybody else. I believe that the Tigers are going to try to package Rick Porcello and possibly Brendan Bosch and maybe Johnny Peralta, but I think those two, Bosch and Porcello, for bullpen help. Maybe they're going to go out and try to get a bona fide closer, maybe Hanaran or whatever, the guy from Pittsburgh, I think they'll shop. But I do think that the Tigers now are definitely going to make a trade, and the player that they're going to trade could be just a one-on-one trade, or it could be a package deal. But Rick Porcello has probably pitched his last game for the Detroit Tigers. He does have value. He's well thought of, and I think if you really look at it, I think that he and Smyly are close in age, and Porcello's been in the majors what seems like forever. But Drew Smyly, because he's left-handed, I think the Tigers like his mental makeup. He is definitely their fifth starter, at least going into training camp, so I have no problem with that. As much as the Tigers have been pumping up Bruce Rondon as the closer, I believe, especially with this lineup, especially with this salary, especially with the money that the Tigers have been shelling out, I do believe that they're going to go out and try to shore up their bullpen, specifically the closer position. I also believe that the Tigers would probably like to upgrade their shortstop position too. So I think that there's two more positions that the Tigers are going to look at, and that is, as I said, closer and perhaps shoring up the bullpen by trading, the shortstop position by trading Johnny Peralta. I think that Sanchez is a good pitcher. I think that in case, as I said, other guys get hurt, that this is a good move by the Tigers. Because baseball doesn't have a salary cap, it's because it's not our money, and because Mike Ilitch is truly committed to winning a World Series championship, bringing a World Series title here to Detroit. And the way baseball is structured because of no salary cap, if you really want to win and compete, even though I know small markets teams and Moneyball and Oakland and all that kind of stuff, I think if you want to be there year in and year out, then you're going to have to spend money on players. Specifically, you're going to have to spend money on pitching. Remember, the Tigers made the playoffs last year. Last year was the first time, in 2012 that is, that they had won back-to-back divisional titles, and it was the first time they made back-to-back postseason appearances since 1934-35. And I think that Mike Ilitch now has a taste of it, much like he has with the Red Wings, who have made the playoffs for 20-some-odd years in a row. I think he wants to keep his team competitive. I think he likes the playoffs. I think, that whole environment, it is great. Being in a pennant race during the summer is one of the best feelings in the world if you're a baseball or sports fan, and what the Tigers have done the last couple of seasons has been pure enjoyment. I think that Mike Ilitch wanted to keep that feeling around, keep that positive vibe, and if you look at this team with Miguel Cabrera and Justin Verlander, if there is only one, they have maybe the best player in baseball or hitter in baseball, they have the best pitcher in baseball, they may have the best rotation in baseball, and they might have the best lineup in baseball. And they're still going to tinker with that lineup, I believe. And they're still going to tinker with their pitching staff. I mean, Detroit is really one of the crown jewels right now in Major League Baseball. You got to tip your cap to the Tigers. So, this is a good move. In the end, will it cost them maybe when they go to re-sign Scherzer or when they go to re-sign Fister? Maybe, perhaps. But let's see what those two do now, Scherzer and Fister. I have confidence in both of them, but, you never know. Verlander, don't worry about him. They will offer him the moon, the stars, and everything else in between to get him signed up. So Justin Verlander is going nowhere. So in the end, by signing Anibal Sanchez today, the Tigers have given themselves a leg up on everybody with the acquisition of Torrey Hunter. Sanchez re-signed. They're probably going to trade for a closer, as I said. They probably might make a move to shore up the infield at shortstop and improve their defense. All in all, if you're a Tiger fan, it's a good day today with Sanchez in the fold. That'll do it for this edition of Art Regner's video blog. I will see you very, very soon because it is Friday, and we'll also do our football picks. But until then, have a safe and pleasant one, everyone. I'll see you. Doesn't the Sports Corner really look good? I think it does. I don't know, though. I set it up, though, and I'm sometimes my own biggest fan. But have a good one. We'll see you. Bye-bye.